So UFC fight night Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy ended a short while ago. I'm gonna go through the card quickly, give you my thoughts on each fight, and my computer is about to explode, so I have to do this quickly. So starting with the main event, Lerone Murphy won by unanimous decision. I believe it was 48-47 on two cards, 49-46 on one of them, and it was it was an interesting fight. It clearly showed that Josh Emmett had, some kind of cage rust. Round one, I thought he looked really good, and I gave him round one. He was able to land some good shots, get a takedown, keep Lerone Murphy on the ground, and in round two, Lerone Murphy came back. I landed Emmett severely, but oh, Emmett couldn't put together any combinations on the feet, and that's kind of what the story of this fight was, where the the grappling success was the only thing that he was finding, and he wasn't going for it enough. Um, you look at the round by round strikes: 10-11 round one, 3-26 in round two, 7-33, 7-33 in round three, 13-26 in round four, and 21-11 in round five. This is a good win for Lerone Murphy. I thought he showed a lot of good things. He showed a lot of things that are concerning to me. Number one being the takedown defense. I think that him winning, you move Josh Emmett down a tier, and you have a younger guy who's technically undefeated, climbing in the featherweight division, and he makes it interesting. I don't know how he does against the top of this division, like Amov Starapalev, Diego Lopez, Yair Rodriguez, but I feel like the UFC has something with him. Now, like I said, I feel like we're really gonna have to wait until like a top five contender fight to really see what he is made out of. But I want to see him fight a good grappler in his next fight. I need to see him really be tested with somebody that's going to shoot on you at any moment they can. Rather than that really good run for Lerone Murphy, moving up in a featherweight division that is currently wide open right now. Pat Sabatini in the co-main event. Oh my god. Sabatini. It wasn't the the most exciting fight to watch, but he demolished Johanderson Riddle. I picked Johanderson Riddle to win. I thought that he was able to at least defend a few of the takedowns, and I thought his striking was better. But Pat Sabatini demolished him in this fight. 135 strikes to 27, 4 takedowns, and once he got Johanderson Riddle to the ground, Johanderson Riddle really couldn't get up. Round one, 2 takedowns. Round two, 1 takedown. And then round three, only needed 1 takedown as well. Um, Riddle did go for a submission attempt. I believe it was a choke, but it didn't really last that long. And this was just Pat Sabatini showing up and demolishing him in the wrestling department. And I have to give it up for Pat Sabatini. This has to be a fight of the night, contender. I guarantee you he will get a bonus for that fight. It was incredible. I did not expect Pat Sabatini to be able to do that, and it makes me interested. Um, who he could potentially go against, because featherweight does have a lot of elite grapplers. Maybe, or I guess Lerone Murphy just be Josh Emmett. I don't know. for a really good run from. I'm not sure who I can match him up against right now. Maybe I'll do a video about that during the week. Moving on to Cortavious Ramos versus Chang Chang Ho Lee. We all know that Cortavious Romeo's missed weight by 3.5 pounds, but he looked awful in this fight. It was all Chang Ho Wei. Chang Ho Wei outlanded him 61-8 in the first round. Romeo did get a takedown, but he Lee was able to reverse it and basically do whatever he wanted to Cortez Romeo until in the second round he he KO'd him with some ground and pound, brutal ground and pound to the ref kind of let it go on a little bit there, but really good performance for Ching Ole. Um, for Roma, for Cortavious Romeo still you gotta feel like shit, man. You gotta hate the fact that you miss weight and then you get knocked out. But maybe we'll hear what happened behind that one. I heard it could potentially be some kind of health concern. Moving on to Brad Tavares versus Gerald Marshall. This fight pissed me off. Brad Tavares made this fight look way too close. Ultimately, he won it by unanimous decision 29-28. But this fight really should have been um, a 30-27. Watching this fight, it was a fun fight, I cannot lie. Brad Tavares clearly had the better striking, but Gerald Mercer had his moments, and I feel like the reason this fight was so close was Brad Tavares kind of let his hand off the gas in the second, and at parts of the third, where Gerald Mercer was able to throw together a lot of good combinations, and yeah, I honestly thought that this should have been an easy win for Brad Tavares. Both of these guys are veterans. Gerald Marshall has been in there with some of the top guys coming up in middleweight. But yeah, I can't say anything else other than Brad Tavares kind of put himself in the positions that he did, where this fight went to a 29-28, and in the back of my mind, I was thinking, maybe Gerald Marstart might take this. You never know with the judges, man. But all in all, it was a better fight than I expected. I really enjoyed this fight. This is a good win for Brad Tavares. Really, it was just so two veterans in the UFC duking it out. So I'm a fan of it. Moving on to Audie Osborne versus Luis Guerrero. I picked Guerrero to win, but Audie Osborne had an incredible finish with a straight left, followed up by ground and pound in the first round. And, um, no, it's the second round, right? Am I tripping? Yeah, second round, 1 minute 54 seconds. And he looked really sharp. And this is the part about A. Osborne that I hate is that when you look at some of the best performances he has, this guy is capable of really being a problem in the 125-pound division. But you know, when he's been put against the more difficult competition, he's fell short. Let me call up his last few fights here. Um, he lost to Rodriguez, lost to Andre Filo. That's not a bad loss. He did get submitted in the first round. That's bad. And then Almabayev. So, three tough fights. He's able to rebound in this one. I hope they keep him around. I like what OD Osborne has to offer, and if he is able to really find whatever it is he needs in this division. Kind of like how Manel Kaw was in a way, where, you know, he had good performances, but now you look at Manel Kaw and he's the same way he was in Ryzen. But really good performance. He won performance of the night, actually, it says on here. Uh, did they add Pat Sabatini? Did he win it? Uh, Cortez Romeo, Romeo, or Chang Lee won a performance of the night. No performance of the night for Pat Sabatini. That kind of surprises me. We're moving on. Tila Torres Finney versus Robert Boatin. Torres Finney won this fight by split decision. Now, we had one judge scored 30-27 for Robert Boatin, and the other judges scored at 29-28 for Finney. Now, I love this. I love MMA judging, and I love how every card we just have to have one fight that is scored in a way where it makes no sense whatsoever. Two judges agree, and then the other one just has an absurd one. When you look at it round by round, Robert Villatin did outland Torres Finney in the first round, but Torres Finney was landing takedowns at will, 5 takedowns of 8, and he was doing a lot of work with him and controlling Latin. I thought that he won round 1. Then you move into round 2. A lot close, English close around 9-6 to 13 in favor of Robert Balatin. But again, Torres Finney had a lot of success in the grappling department. He only got a takedown, but I felt like he was winning majority of the grappling exchanges. So if you believe Torres Finney won though, he won rounds 1 and 2. Even though he was outlanded, he did get the takedown. But round 3 was a fairway dominant round on the feet for Robert Blatton. Landed 65 strikes to 1. Finney landed 2 takedowns, while ultimately he was able to win by split decision. This is the issue, man. Why do we have two judges with the same card, and then the other judges has a completely different uh, scorecard? I don't get it, man. This is starting to get annoying. It's in every fight, but moving on to the next fight. Diana Belvita versus Dion Barbosa. Barbosa submitted um, Belvita with a triangle choke in round 1, 4 minutes and 13 seconds in. She looked really good in this fight. I really was impressed by Barbosa's performance. Even on the feet, I thought that she was getting the better of Velveeta. She outlanded her. Had a couple really good combinations. What was able to get the takedown, and as soon as she got the submission sunk in, it was over and over. And yeah, a really good win for her in the strawweight division. Again, any one of these women that can put together a long streak of finishers or like dominant performances, they could be the face of women's MMA. Ever since Amanda Nunes has left, we haven't really had many big women in MMA. Like the biggest fight we have right now is Juliana Pena and Kayla Harrison. I believe Kayla Harrison walks right through her. Well, we need more dominant, female fighters in these divisions. So we can actually have good fights in between. Like I know it's a joke to say the women's fights are just piss fights. Well, like it's kind of sad, man. But if Barbosa they won't keep it up, maybe she will be one of those women. Moving on to Reese McKee versus Daniel Funza. Reese McKee really impressed me. Um, he won by round one TKO, doctor stoppage, but this was a brutal performance. He was landing the bigger shots, landed a lot of big elbows that ultimately cut up Daniel Franza, and it was horrific, man. Daniel Franza was still landing shots. The stats were 59, 250, but I remember I could not stop screaming for the good minute. Like it was crazy. He got knocked down once, got back up, got knocked down again. Like the ref should have stopped this um sequence probably 15 seconds before he did. Um, well, he didn't even stop the fight. Never mind, it was a doctor stoppage. Well, like there was a solid minute of this fight where I thought it was gonna get called off. But yeah, Reese McKee, man, he annihilated Daniel Franza. This wasn't even close. Um, really good performance by Reese McKee. Um, and after that, I'm a fan of his. Again, I love seeing people do that where they come out, they show what they've got, and they like the elbows he was landing, and the jabs, where he was placing the jabs too. It was just a matter of him piecing up Daniel Franza. Really good win by him. A really fun fight to watch. He got three knockdowns too. That's the thing. Like, and they were all in the span of 30 seconds. Like, I cannot say enough how incredible that was. And the fact that Daniel Franza stayed in that fight, or in that, yeah, in that fight for as long as he did, um, yeah, it was incredible. Moving on to Loma Luke Booney, not Victor Henry. Are you kidding me? Yeah, Luke Booney versus. Okay, stop. I really hate the UFC website. I hate it with a passion. What worked for me? She won by unanimous decision, and she looked really good in this fight. She got 130-27, 229-28. Round one. Round one was really close. Strikes were almost even. Estella Nunes got 27. One got 26. She both went for one takedown, didn't get it. But I thought Nunes was landing the more significant shots, but rounds two and three, Loma took over, and once she was able to establish the grappling, um, she was just controlling Estela Nunes at will and landing some decent strikes. Round three, that's when shit hit the fan, and she completely demolished Stella Nunes in this round. 62 strikes, two takedowns. Basically did whatever she wanted in this round, and looked really good against Stella Nunes. And yeah, a really good performance. Again, don't ask me to match make the women's strawweight division. I have no clue. Moving on to Victor Henry versus Pedro Falco. I picked Pedro Falco to win, but Victor Henry had, I would argue it should be a performance of the night. He looked really good. Round one, he outlanded Pedro Falco 26 to 59 or 50 to 26. Landed a takedown. His takedown defense throughout that round, perfect. Defended three takedowns, even got a knockdown, and round two. Round two was a better round for Pedro Falco. He was able to get some takedowns, mix in the grappling, and then in round three, Victor Henry returned to form and demolished him in this round, 51 strikes to 15, landing a takedown. Pedro Falco did get him down, but really did nothing with it. And like I said, this was m- probably my fight of the night if you had to ask me. The judges had it 29-28 unanimously. And yeah, it was. I love this fight. Victor Henry really impressed me tonight. Moving on to Martin Verde versus Iran Zabra Zabradiev. I know I'm saying that wrong, but I don't care. Verde won this by unanimous decision. Now, here's the thing. He, when you look at this fight, Martin Verde outlanded Iran, however you say it, severely, 142 to 45. And he was just keeping up a good pace. But Baldia was landing a lot of the bigger shots in this fight. It's just that he had no volume whatsoever. Um, he went for some takedowns in the third, wasn't able to get him. But I would have liked to see him, use a jab, start going for the big shots, and when put together some offense which leads into those big shots. I was really disappointed by Baldio's performance. I picked Verde to win. I still think Martin Verde is one of the better heavyweights coming up. Um, but I was really um disappointed in um Baldio's performance. But hey, Martin Verde, really good performance. I feel like Martin Verde could be a ranked heavyweight. Um, he does have a lot of good power. He has really good technique, and yeah, really good win for him. Mainly though, it's the fact that Baldia showed glimpses of himself being able to land better strikes. It just the volume wasn't there at all. Moving on to the opening fight, Vanessa. Now I'm going to down demolish his name. Vanessa Demopoulos versus Toeda Alencar. Alencar. Toeda Alencar looked fucking phenomenal in this fight. Uh, for an opening fight, she delivered, dude. You look at round one, landed a takedown. Um, it was a well for striking, but she basically ragdolled Vanessa for the entire fight. I forgot how much control time she got. It was something ridiculous, but only needed one takedown for rounds one and two. Round three, uh, Demo Perez was able to get up, but Alenker was able to get her back down and just sat on top of her, landed shots, got the control time, and made Vanessa completely, like, she completely avoided anything Vanessa could have done. Really impressive performance by her. Once again, though, do not ask me to matchmake the strawweight division. All in all, though, I would have to say my overall view. Like I said, the opener, Alenker, I was really impressed by her. Um, yeah. Baldev, again. If he would have thrown a little bit of volume, I think he would have won. Victor Henry looked incredible in his fight. Loma Okume, Reese McKee with the probably the most brutal round one I've seen in months. And sadly, Josh Emmett losing to Lerone Murphy. But let me know in the comments, what did you think about this fight and card? Um, who do you think will be matched up against who next? Who next? I'm interested to know, what did you think about this card. Thanks for watching. Later.